microphone. And
hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Caroline. I'm the creative director at Immersed Games, and this is Kevin. Would you like to introduce yourself, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm Kevin.
Cool. All right.
I'm a real person.
He is. I promise.
Oh, wait. Are you on the game right now?
Yep.
No, you're not. Well, now you are. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing past me right now.
This is my first live stream, so
Mine too.
Kevin's... Oh, hey. So we're going to help each other out, and we'll muddle through somehow. And I have been procured at enormous expense to go through 2 quests with you tonight, which is convenient because I happen to also be the voice actor for both of the characters with whom the quests deal.
Which the voice acting isn't in yet.
That's
right?
true, but in a couple of places the voice acting is in. So, all right. So I guess that we'll just get started.
Well, I do want to preface some things. As this is our first stream, I'm just going to mute past me right now. The audio seems okay. We may want to bring down the desktop audio a little bit, but we're going to be troubleshooting a couple of things. This is a little bit of a test stream as well. But we want to make sure that, but now you're not on the audio at all. So ultimately, I would like to be controlling this stuff, but Caroline has to do it right now because this is a test stream, but we'd still like to showcase some of the fun features that are going to be showing up. It's next Monday, right? Is when the patch comes out. So yeah, we still want to do that for you. Could you move the blue slider for the second channel desktop audio?
Yes.
And move that down just a hair. Yeah. It seems like our audio is a bit on the quiet side, but we'll figure that out. It doesn't seem as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now we should be good to showcase the quests if you're good to go.
All right. Well, I'm good to go. These 2 quests are Heredity module quests. All of the quests that we've done so far have been either ecology or social good quests. So our next module is going to be Heredity, which is the study of how genes and the genetic traits are passed down through generations. So I'm going to do the first 2 quests here. And here we go. These 2 quests will be available on Monday. They have a couple of prerequisites. For the first one that I'm going to do, you need to have completed My Kingdom for a Ponycorn and Population Survey Amazon. I've turned those prereqs off so that I can get to these quests quickly.
We're cheating.
Yeah, we're cheating. Dev hacks. Alright, here's Vendor Sasha. And
my favorite character.
We're going to pick Panganog Fraternity 1. Now, Sasha has a British accent, so I will do my best. Hello, did you hear about the babies?
Oh no, we're not doing this, are we? We're not doing this. I guess we do kind of have to.
Yeah, we kind of
She will be VOing me. I think, you said that at the beginning.
Yeah, you're getting a live VO session right now. What babies?
Awesome.
My dear sweet Dashwood just had a litter of noblets. I'm over the moon! Gosh, I'm over both moons! Wait, who's Dashwood? Oh, sorry, love, I should have explained. Actually, wait, you're that bright young cadet who helped me relocate all of my lost Ponycorn plushes, aren't you? Oh yeah, I did do that. At this point in the game, it would have happened, like, a while ago. Well, the Panganog who caused all of that Ponycorn mischief came back to my stall for a second visit. As it turns out, she's no scoundrel at all. She's really quite a darling, in fact. I decided to call her Dashwood. She comes to visit me at my stall, and I go to visit her at her nest. I was chuffed to bits when I saw she'd had noblets. The problem is, I don't know where the father is. Well, but the females of many animal species raise babies on their own. Right you are, but that's not the case with Panganogs. Both the male and the female are very involved with raising their little ones. Panganogs live in bands, groups of friends and family that take care of and look out for each other. Dashwood is a lot of help raising her little ones, but it's very unusual for male Panganogs to be missing in action when they've just had a litter of noblets. I just hate to think that something might have happened to Dashwood, sir. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you, my bright cadet, and don't let my jabbering spoil the baby Panganogs for you. Here, I've marked their nest location on your map. They're in Espith Park. Go and give them a gander. I will accept this quest. Oh boy, baby Panganogs. How adorable.
Well, there are a couple of things I want to bring up. One, I do want to say if you have any questions about the game or you want to ask about my life or something, you can type them in the YouTube live chat. We're getting some comments on the audio right now, which they're saying we could turn down the in-game audio a little bit more.
Is that the second slider again?
Yeah, it's the second slider, and that's going to cut out for you guys. Maybe a bit more, yeah. Our audio is a bit on the low side in general, which I thought would happen. I don't understand why, because we're blasting it. But, yeah. So I'll see if it's good in a little bit. And then the other thing I wanted to ask, you can keep walking and stuff. But should we talk about like what a panganog is or what the world is, if you want to introduce some of that stuff, or
Sure.
are we just assuming that people know what that is?
People not. No, I'm kidding. We are currently on the planet Ovo here. It is the year 2142, and Earth has been rendered uninhabitable. So we are actually we were evacuated from Earth and spent 4 years on a spaceship in cryosleep trying to get here. There are some lovely plant and animal species that already live on this planet, one of which is panganogs. And panganogs, I think there are a couple walking around here, but we'll see them soon.
There's one.
Here's a panganog.
Yeah.
Alright, a panganog looks like this. Zoom into my head here. A panganog looks like this, and this one's walking a bit slowly, but they're a little bit like a lemur, a little bit like a two-toed sloth, a little bit like a monkey, and they are mischievous and smart, and some people who live in this town, which is called Espeth, keep panganogs as pets or companions. Panganogs don't really make the best pets in the traditional sense of the word. You kind of have to let them do their own thing. They're more like outdoor cats, I guess, but people are very affectionate with their panganogs, and Sasha and her panganog Dashwood have formed a very special and loving relationship with one another. So,
Good for them.
yeah. So I'm traveling to Dashwood's nest here, and we can see it on our mini-map. I know where it is because I put it there, but if you don't know where it is, you can find it on the mini-map, and it's this little blue owl here.
Probably should have had me playing dumb. Where can I find Dashwood's family? Wait, are we looking for his family, or are we looking for Dashwood?
We're looking for Dashwood, who will be with her little noglets
Oh,
in
there
a
you go.
nest.
So
You notice
both.
a panganog nest in a nearby elica tree. Well,
The Ellica trees are those
yes,
ones.
Those ones.
Flappy leaves.
And let's go up and have a look at Dashwood and her noglets. Oh, how sweet! And there's some blue sparkles so that you definitely see the nest here. And there's one little brown noglet and one little yellow noglet. And here's Dashwood looking pleased as can be with her little noglets. And panganogs live in groups like this. There are several panganogs walking around here, and they are all very excited about the little noglets in the tree. So I'm going to use my scanner to find clues about Dashwood's missing mate, because I'm a little worried about what might have happened to the mate.
I'm not that worried.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe you should be, Kevin. It's a dire situation. Alright, Dashwood's nest. Scan that. Dashwood and one of the noglets have brown fur. The other noglet has yellow fur. Dashwood's band. Scan this. All of the panganogs in this band have brown fur. Huh, well, that's very interesting. And now we've seen two adorable little panganogs, which is good for us. I'm glad that we got to see those. So I'm going to take the long way up to the transit center again, which is up there. If you want to fast travel in this game, you can hit settings and then go to get me unstuck, and that will take you right back to the transit center. But we have this lovely world to look at, so why not enjoy it? I like to play in first-person mode.
We're getting more complaints about the sound.
Okay.
I think actually Espeth Park might be a little bit louder. So why don't we just dock the in-game audio, like just a ton.
Turn it off, or
Don't turn it off.
Okay.
I want a little bit there, but
Like, how's that?
do something like that.
all right.
And see if that helps the situation. Sorry, we're still troubleshooting a bit, but there the levels look a little bit better. Yeah,
Okay.
it's still on the quiet side though.
All right. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody.
Yeah,
It's a
sorry
learning
about that.
process. An educational game in every sense of the word. All right. So here we go. These big yellow trees are called, well, we've been calling them jellyfish trees because they look a little bit like jellyfish up there. Espeth is as I mentioned, the town that we are in. It was colonized about 50 years ago. So by the time Earth was evacuated, there was already an established city here. It's got restaurants and cafes, and it also has an academy, the illustrious Tyto Academy. So, oh my gosh, I just realized a certain yellow panganog who can be found in the Amazon biodome might be the father of one of those noglets, because one of them was yellow. It's very interesting. So I think that I'm going to go to the Amazon biodome to tell Cherie about this yellow little noglet who is missing its father. So at this point in the game, you will have met Cherie already, and she runs this biodome here. What we did from Earth is we took a lot of the plants and animals that were living there, and we transported them to these biodomes, where they are living in perfect harmony. Well, not harmony, perfect balance. They're able to like eat each other and prey upon each other, and there are decomposers to take care of waste matter, and so all of these biodomes, in some cases, these are the last surviving species of plants and animals that exist in the universe, as far as we know. That's what a biodome is. There are 5 of them, and this one has plants and animals from the Amazon rainforest. And here's Mr. Tips. He is a panganog, and he's hiding under the table because sometimes he does that. And
he's very sneaky. Yeah, he's very tricky panganog.
Occasionally I log in and he's on top of the table, which
fun.
Is delightful. I like that. I like that can happen. All right, Cherie, what you got for me? I'm gonna do panganog paternity 1. Hey, it's you. Hiya. Oh, get off me, Mr. Tips. This guy has been getting on my last nerve lately. What's your deal, guy? You're not usually this keyed up. So, I have some news about Mr. Tips. Oh, great. Has he started playing his hilarious practical jokes on students again? I thought that phase was over after the bouquets full of carnivorous plants incident. Dashwood had babies! Mr. Tips stares mournfully at the door and makes a frustrated noise. Kevin, make the noise.
I'm not doing that.
I couldn't trick him.
You're dealing with your own battle over there. I'm over here looking at chat. Everything's going great over
All right. Imagine a frustrated noise. That's the noise that you just heard. Cherie, who the heck is Dashwood? Dashwood is a brown panganog who has 1 yellow baby. What? Are you trying to tell me that Mr. Tips has a family? That can't be true. You're making stuff up. Mr. Tips wouldn't go off and start a family. I'm his family. But it's true.
No.
Mr. Tips wouldn't do that, okay? I'm done talking about this. Goodbye. Wait. Oh,
Wait,
man.
so if I chose either option there...
She's done talking with you, man. She's really upset about this, and who knows why she's so upset about Mr. Tips having a family. Perhaps we'll find out in Panganog Paternity Part 2, which we're about to start.
I doubt it.
What is it? I don't want to talk to you right now. I told you, Mr. Tips and I are best friends. He wouldn't go off and start a family. Oh, Mr. Tips, stop scratching that door. You know we have to work overtime in the biodome this week. He wants to go to his family. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Just wants his kids
I am his only family, okay? All right, let me convince you that Mr. Tips has noglets and a mate. I'm going to present these arguments very scientific-like, and you will believe me when I present these arguments. All right, Mr. Tips could be the father of Dashwood's noglets. I'm going to construct an argument here. This is our nice, shiny new argument builder.
So this is one of the newer features that's going to be in on Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a little easier to understand than it used to be, hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to construct an argument here by pressing on this plus sign. And what I do is I have these little clues that I have picked up over my travels, and all of these clues have to do with Mr. Tips and the noglets and their color and the Dashwood's band, etc. And you'll notice that the shape here, this like cutout shape, is the same as the shape of all of these keys here. There are certain detective quests where you can submit just one clue as evidence. It used to be that you had to relate 2 clues to one another, which could get a little awkward in some of the quests, but now you can have some like self-evident things, I guess. So I'm going to start by saying Mr. Tips has yellow fur, and one of the noglets has yellow fur.
Oh,
so,
dang.
So I think...
Can't argue with that.
You really can't. I'm going to create this card. And now this card has my argument on it, and I'm going to drag and drop this over here. But first, for those of you keeping score at home, I think that this will convince Cherie, because I know that traits are usually passed on from parents to children. That's a pretty basic aspect of heredity, and heredity is one of those things that people know a lot more than they think they know about. So yeah, I think that most players will be able to complete this quest just using what they already know about heredity. We're not getting into anything fancy like DNA or genetics or chromosomes or anything like that. This is just basically going over the fact that families tend to pass traits down. And the fact that nobody in Dashwood's band has yellow fur, but Mr. Tips is the only panganog I've ever seen who has yellow fur, and he is the only panganog in the game with yellow fur, that makes me think that he might be the father. That and the fact that he seems to be trying to get out of here and go to his family, apparently. So I'm going to give this argument to Cherie, and she seems to be okay with it. She's a little bit convinced. She says, okay, so Mr. Tips and a random noglet are natural blondes. Some panganogs are. I bet that the Noglet's father is in Dashwood's band. It can't be Mr. Tips. Well, have I got news for you, Cherie. All of the Panganogs in Dashwood's band have brown fur, and Dashwood has brown fur.
Oh, man. The plot thickens.
Therefore, the Yellow Noglet's father must not be in Dashwood's band. And as you'll see, this argument has 3 different clues in it and 2 bridge words. As I said before, you used to only be able to put 2 clues in an argument, and now you can put 1, 2, or 3. So watch out for that. Occasionally, if you put a 2-clue argument in, the NPC might say something like, I understand this, but I need a little bit more. And that might be a clue to try a 3-node argument if one makes sense. So I'm going to create this card, and then I'm going to drag it over here. I believe you. This is... wow. So, I'm speechless. I can't believe it. You're being kind of a jerk about this, because she kind of is.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in chat saying that they don't like Cherie's.
Oh, sorry for acting like a jerk when some rando walks into my biodome and tells me that I don't know what's going on with my own pet. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all upset. I knew Mr. Tips was acting strangely, but I didn't want to believe that it was because he left me. Left you? Mr. Tips and I have been together since I was 7 years old. I found him when he was just a baby, and we sort of grew up together. He's always been my best friend. We do all the same things, we ate the same foods. I even made him a nest in my bedroom out of old socks and sweaters. We're always together. It's hard being a biodome supervisor. I like it, but it's hard. I'm alone most of the day, and I rarely have time off. I take special classes with the other supervisors, but we never have time outside of work to hang out. Other Tytonians study and take classes and do experiments together. I'm the same age as a lot of the students who come into the biodomes for experiments, but I can't join in when they make references to inside jokes or plan outings and dates. It's kind of lonely. Mr. Tips is my only real friend. Cherie, that's so sad.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, we should get some sad piano midis planned for that part, I think.
Imagine some sad violin and a sad piano.
Sad piano midis.
Sad piano midis.
Like really low resolution.
Like really low resolution. Stop it. Feelings are the worst. I didn't mean to give you a sob story or anything. I'm just explaining. It's okay to show your feelings, you know. I guess I'm kind of jealous. Wow, that's lame. I'm jealous of my pet Panganog. Oof, I must be losing it. But it's like, I kind of thought it was me and Mr. Tips against the world. You know how lame my social life is. I can't even go on a date because a capybara might sneeze the wrong way and force me to fill out paperwork all evening. Meanwhile, Mr. Tips has his own kids and a wife, or whatever Panganogs call their mates. And at this point in the game, you will have played a quest where Cherie was going to go on a date, which she didn't want to admit was a date, but an anomaly with the capybara population data forced her to stay in the biodome because she thought a problem was happening. It turns out that it was nothing, but still, these are the sacrifices that a biodome supervisor has to make. So maybe this job isn't for you, Cherie? This job is definitely for me. I love it here, and I'm not leaving. I feel weird about all this, but I'm happy for you, Mr. Tips. I'm sorry I've been so selfish. If you need to go take care of your mate and kids while I'm in the biodome, that's okay. We don't have to be inseparable to be best buds. That's the right thing to do. I'll keep working here. I'll just have to get along without Mr. Tips during the day for a while. That sounds good. Alright, so Mr. Tips is a dad, and
he's still under the
as you'll see,
he's so ecstatic about it.
He's paralyzed with joy right now is what's happening. Totally intended behavior.
This is my kid's favorite table.
Alright, so now that Cherie has come to terms with the fact that you can be best friends with somebody and not spend all of your time with them, I'm going to go and tell Sasha that I found Dashwood's mate, he's okay, and she doesn't need to worry. In transit.
Or maybe she does.
No one needs to worry about anything, ever. Because I'm here, and I can convince you with arguments that everything is okay.
Weave stories into this world. Wait, so, like, I missed a lot of that because I was manning the chat. But does Mr. Tips get to see his family again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
good.
he just went. You weren't looking.
Wait,
he just went. Like, if you, yeah.
He was under the table, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, when we left the biodome, he left.
Oh,
I
he's
just
gone
know
now.
that, yeah, he's gone now. Like, if
so
we went
can go back to the rainforest right now, and he won't be
well,
there.
he might have come back by then.
Oh, okay.
But he's fast.
He's really fast.
But yeah, he's definitely visiting them right
Okay,
now.
cool. Just when you're not there.
Yeah. Sounds legit, right? Alright, Vendor Sasha. Cheers, cadet! Did you have a look at the Noglets? They're sweet little cherubs, aren't they? They're the best, and I found something else, too. Well, spill the beans, what's up? Cherie's Panganog, Mr. Tips, is the father. Cherie? Where have I heard that name before? Oh, the biodome supervisor, right? Well, I never. However did you find out? One of the babies is yellow, and so is Mr. Tips. Well, that's a relief. I'm sure Dashwood will be tickled to know that her sir is alive and well. Will he come and visit her soon, do you think? Yes, Cherie said so. So, he'll come and visit her soon.
Everyone knows Cherie.
One lore detail about this game and why Sasha doesn't know who Cherie is that since this city that we're in was founded about 50 years ago, it used to be that only scientists would be coming to this extraplanetary base to do research and things. But over the years, they brought their families, they started new families, and not everybody wanted to grow up and be a scientist. So over the past 50 years, there are several generations of people who, some of them have gone to the academy to become Tyto scientists, and some of them haven't. Some of them have their own shops, or they're musicians, or artists, or they are
space
vendors.
Australians.
Vendors of various stripes. It's not all about science here in Espeth. Oh look, a Geppetto. I like to look at these Geppettos because I really like the way that they walk. That just makes me happy.
Did Cassandra do that one, or is that the old one?
I think that's Cassandra.
Nice.
So yeah. Shout out to Cassandra, our one of our animators.
Wait, so were those the two quests that we wanted to showcase?
We have a third quest. I counted that one. I counted that one as one quest because it's a two-parter. So, but we have one more thing to show.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. Now
Good.
it's Dashwood's story, probably. Dashwood actually has red fur. Oh no.
She was just really dirty.
Or yellow fur.
Oh no. Oh, Mr. Tips is back from visiting his kids. Look at that. And he's under the table again. He's just like it up there.
What are the chances?
So I've gone back to Cherie. Cherie has the next quest in this. It's not exactly a quest chain. This is a little bit unrelated. When we build out the Heredity module more, there'll be more quests to choose from. But once you have done Panganog Paternity 1 and 2, that will unlock this one. And it is called DNA or Nay.
Because, that's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Oh, thanks. I wrote it. If you see a pun in the game, it was like me or Alexandra or one of.
So it could have been anybody.
It really could have been any. It could have been one of two people. But I really like puns, so I encourage it whenever anyone's doing writing for the game. So
is
DNA
that a
or
pun?
Nay.
I'm gonna look up what pun is real quick.
Do it.
Yeah, you just run through the quest.
All right. Hey, guess what? I've got some news, but I need you to keep it on the down low. Can you handle it? I'm a fortress. Tell me. I'm thinking of making a career change. Oh no, you won't be biodome supervisor anymore? Oh, I'm not thinking of doing this soon. It's just a thing I've been thinking about on and off for the past few months. And ever since Mr. Sip started a family, I've been thinking about how lonely this job makes me. I always wanted to be a supervisor, but maybe it isn't actually for me. I want to be a teacher. Maybe.
Oh, come on, Cherie.
Like an animal trainer? Or
like an animal teacher.
This is a great idea. It's a great idea. I'm thinking that I'd teach kids, the super short kind. I used to take care of my little brother and sister, and even though they drove me crazy, I enjoyed it. I taught them the scientific names for all the animals in the rainforest biodome.
So no tall children.
No tall children.
Not one tall child will
Only
be taught
the short
by Cherie.
children. I didn't know you had siblings. Oh, rats. So occasionally this happens. I will fix this by the time the quest goes out, but occasionally the quest dialogue will drop you off, but she wasn't supposed to end the dialogue here.
Also, correction, Cassandra has just messaged me saying she did not make the Geppetto animation.
Oh, whoops. Never mind. Cassandra,
we take back all the claim we stated. Cassandra, get back to work.
Yep. All right. That sounds neat. Yeah. Like I said, I've been thinking a lot about making a career change. I really do love my job here, but I think I should start looking for opportunities to be more social. Mr. Tips followed his heart, and now he's a happy dad. Sounds reasonable. I hope you figured it out. Actually, I could use a favor. I've been drafting some lesson plans in my spare time, just for fun. I've been thinking that I might want to present them to Tyto, though. If they're impressed, maybe they'd let me teach kitty classes once a month or so. I'm your student. What will you teach me? My lesson plan is about heredity. Heredity is the passing on of traits from one generation to the next. I got my blue eyes from my mother and my freckles from my father. That's heredity. You with me so far?
No.
We're with her.
Why am I so tall?
Well, you probably got it from.
This is my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what DNA is?
Oh
Kevin?
man, this is fun. Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna go with the first top left one.
All right.
Because I don't actually know.
Dihydrolymphatic neuralgic acetosine.
Like the most scientific one. So that's my bet.
That's not a thing at all. Well, those are 3 made-up words.
You got me.
Nice try, though.
Thanks.
I'm pretty proud.
Wait, was any of them the right answer at the top right then?
It is deoxyribonucleic acid.
Okay, so it's acid. Gotcha.
Yes, it is acid.
Gotcha.
You can think of your DNA as a trademark. It's what makes you, you. At its base, DNA is just a bunch of strings made up of 4 different proteins. It's kind of like a really long necklace that only uses 4 kinds of beads over and over. Even though there are only 4 types of beads in this DNA necklace, there are billions of ways that they can be arranged. That's why everyone is different. Where does DNA come from? All animals get their DNA from their parents. People work this way too. Half of your DNA is from your mother and half is from your father. Well, what if you're adopted? Even if someone is adopted or doesn't have a mom and dad, they still got their DNA from a biological mother and father. Your DNA only affects what traits you inherit, though. It doesn't affect who you consider to be your family. I see. Go on. That was the lecture portion of my lesson. Now on to the activity.
Oh, finally.
Activity time! Whee! Biotic things have DNA, but abiotic things don't. I want you to scan some items around here and tell me whether or not they have DNA. Got it? Got it. Alright, so at this point in the game, you will have done the abiotic and biotic quest. That is a prerequisite for DNA or nay. And during abiotic and biotic, we learned that everything that is living or was once living is biotic, and things that are not alive and never were and never will be, those are abiotic things. So we're kind of building on what we learned there to see what has DNA and what does not. So I'm gonna zoom into my head here because I think it makes it a little easier to see where I'm gonna be clicking.
Try your flashlight.
And I'm gonna be using my scanner on these items because they've got the little blue dots here. So I'm gonna press 1, which is down here for my scanner. A hollow log. This log was once part of a tree, but it is now rotten. It's the perfect home for certain animals and insects. So a hollow log is biotic because it was part of a tree, so it has DNA. You got it! That log is too rotten for me to be able to tell what it was before it died, but it still has DNA that would identify it for us. Cool. Well, we're doing good so far. All right. Scan this mushroom. This mushroom breaks down detritus in the soil. A mushroom is a type of fungus, and fungus is alive, so it has DNA.
Oh.
Good job.
That's kind of a tricky one, I think.
I think so too.
That's why you put that in there?
That is. Try and trip you up. So, yeah, of course, you're watching me do this right now, so I won't be able to trip anybody up.
Yeah, now everyone knows the answers to these questions.
I gave it away.
We should just cheat our way to 5 out of 5.
All right, it's a pineapple here. A pineapple plant. This is non-native to Ovo. You might recognize the pineapple plant from the Proof is in the Poop quest, where they were growing in Espeth and not in the safe biodome, and they were invasive, and we had to get rid of them, and that showed Kendall.
But they're fine here, right?
They're fine.
It's the rainforest.
Yeah, this is the
I'm going to say it has DNA.
Well, that was
Sick.
That was a good choice. Yep, plants have DNA.
1 for
just
1.
like people and animals. 1 for 1.
What is this, a rock?
Oh no. No, that's not a rock. It's our very favorite mesh in the entire game. It is...
Not mine.
Extra large detritus.
Not my favorite mesh.
Oh, Kevin, stop. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves the extra large detritus. All animals produce waste, including you. It can be used as fertilizer for crops, but there is still the very yucky matter of picking it up. The colony of Espeth thanks you for your service. And this has DNA.
What?
Haha, watch your step. Poop not only contains the DNA of whoever left it, it can also contain the, it can also contain the DNA of things that the animal ate.
Yeah.
And if you, if like me, you take too long reading what an NPC says to you, you can read it down here in your little chat log.
Nice.
All right. Empty can of Panganog Chow. And this this particular card is
I think I know the answer to this one.
Oh yeah? What do you think?
It doesn't.
Doesn't?
Empty.
Let's find out.
It's empty and it's a can.
Does not have DNA. Uh-oh. Why does this not do anything? Oh, there it is. All right. What the heck is leaving junk in my biodome? Anyway, you're right. Cans don't have DNA, though if, Though if any animals touched it, their DNA might be found on the can.
I bet
Maybe
it
I can
was Mr.
find out who
Tips.
left it here. Oh, Mr.
He
Tips.
loves, what is it, Panganog Chow?
Panganog Chow.
It could have been Tips, or it could have been one of his many children.
That's true. Or it could have been Dashwood, honestly.
The twists.
Yep. Twists just keep coming. All right.
Evil Dashwood.
I did your lesson, Cherie. What do you think? Well, what'd you think of my lesson in activity? I think it was perfect. Awesome! That's a relief. Maybe I should think of more lessons and design my own curriculum. This is great. Isn't this great, Mr. Tips? Glad I could help. You know what they say, test runs are best runs. Or maybe I just thought of that. I did. But still, thanks for your help. Anytime. All right. So, I have completed the 2 heredity quests that we have so far in the game. And yeah, I want to show everybody a little something here. Where is it? Okay, we have this button called Module Tracker. If you click on it, you can, since we now have 2 modules, you can check which module you are tracking, which I guess was obvious from the fact that it's called our module tracker. So if we track this, now we're keeping track of heredity points. This isn't quite finished yet, but when we've finished implementing this, you will be able to choose whether you're tracking your ecology experience points or your heredity experience points. You can do that from here. You can also do this from the avatar, and
that's cool.
You can change it right there. So yeah,
And it's just that easy.
it's just that easy. All right. Well,
I got one question.
yes.
Although I think we got the answer to it. Will we ever get to meet Mr. Tips's children? They were the people in the park, right? The Noglets and they're not people. The Noglets in the park, right?
Yeah, they were inside of the nest. So for the time being, you'll be able to visit them whenever you go into Espeth Park. They will stay there. Panganogs have very long childhoods, and they rarely move when people are watching them. So,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true.
Is that in the Biodex?
Oh yeah, just don't look it up. Just trust me.
I'm going on to Wikipedia right now.
So yeah, the baby Panganogs will be in Espeth Park. Even if you're not doing that quest, they will still be in Espeth Park, and we may make a quest that features them more prominently in the future. I just can't say. But
What,
hopefully,
the family? The family, that specific family, or just the Panganogs in the park?
that specific family, we formed an emotional connection,
Okay.
Kevin.
Well, it could be a different family. That could be fun too.
Yeah. There are many Panganogs in Espeth.
Dashwood's cousins or something.
All right. Well, that's about all we've got.
Is that all you want to showcase in the stream? Why is desktop audio down? Okay. Well, yeah, this is going to be kind of awkward to end because you're controlling all that stuff.
Yep.
I'm kind of curious about, we shouldn't belay the stream with stuff that I'm curious about. We could take a minute to appreciate, we can't anymore. Go back to the rainforest, like the environment.
First, let's appreciate that idle animation.
It is,
just happened.
but that's from the last update, right?
Yeah, but
I was just gonna
still
say,
pretty
look
cool.
at this rainforest lighting.
It's
Whoever
so-
did
it's so
this
nice.
did a great job.
Somebody has a lot of talent.
Yeah, somebody.
Somebody. Why can't you be like that, Kevin?
I don't know.
Why
I
can't
try
you just
really hard.
Be better. Just be better.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess we could call the stream here.
All right.
I was kind of curious. Is the whippersnipper stuff in this build? Do you think? I kind of wanted to show that off very
probably.
shortly.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I know that the lighting was fixed lately by somebody. I don't know who.
Yeah, probably Vincent.
Probably Vince.
But there's also a chance that fix is not in here. I just wanted to showcase it if it was. But now we have to slowly walk over to Whippersnippers and think about the story.
We're seeing Espeth right now. We're enjoying ourselves.
That's a cool little glare there.
I like
thought
it.
that was nice.
That's
Wait,
cool.
you stopped walking. You stopped walking.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'll keep walking. All right.
Yeah. I'd be excited to see if this works or not. And we're going to have to record that. We're going to have to record all of Cherie's VO. Like, we haven't done any of that.
Did the cinematic?
Yeah, but that doesn't... I'm talking about the dialogue scene. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's going to take a minute.
So I'm curious to see if this
Hi, Silas
works.
Vanya.
There's
All
a
right.
body type is
Let's
all we're
try
really
our
concerned
body type
with.
here.
Rad. So what we've added, although try clicking one real quick. This headroom seems Okay, so this is not in, but the lighting's in. That's
The
interesting.
lighting's in. I'm glad about that.
We did fix the lighting, but I wanted to showcase some reactionary animations to picking your body styles. Seems that that's not in yet. It might not make next Monday's patch. It might be the patch after that. Yeah, it's good to see that this lighting bug has been fixed.
And for those of you who don't know, we used to only offer 2 body styles, but we now offer, I forget the exact number, I think it's 12? Oh, I should know this number, but yes, we now have multiple body styles for you to choose from, and you can change them at any time at Whippersnipper's Hair Salon in the Student District. So yeah, and when the next patch goes in, every time you change your body, you will, a little animation will play like, oh, look at my hand, it's different now, you know, something cool like that. Which
something fanciful.
Yeah, we were looking at those animations today, and they look very good. And Cassandra did do those, so.
Cassandra did do those animations.
Shout out again to Cassandra. This time you've earned it.
But yeah, and then someone brought up in the chat as well. Kelby brought up in the chat that Farah specifically has VO, but in the upcoming updates, a lot of people are going to start having VO. We got a lot of that done recently. It's probably going to make the next Monday patch, and we're probably not going to stream content updates, which we probably should have said at the beginning. This is every 2 weeks for feature updates is the plan, so we'll see how that keeps going. But other than that, I have nothing else to add. Is there something else that you want to bring up, Caroline, or should we just close this one out?
I think I'm good. So hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you learned something, even if all you learned is how to beat these quests. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
See
Bye.
ya.
And now I'm gonna awkwardly figure out how to turn off this stream because
No, wait, no, just turn off the mic. Just turn off the mic.
Turn off the mic.
Just turn off the mic, and I'll walk you through the rest. Good.